Virgo, honey, how you doing? Happy full moon in Pisces in your 7th house of relationships. And my name is Sarah. If we've not met, I'm a healer, spiritual counselor. I'm a light worker, starseed. So I'm your alien friend from a different time and space. It came down to chat about all of the galactic and the human things and the astrology and the tarot and just kind of like amalgamizing all of these different things to be your authentic self. So that's what I'm here for. Cheers to you, Virgo. And, you know, this grid over here is for Virgo rising, but it can also be watched by Virgo sun and Virgo moon to get the energies and the vibrations. And honestly, I have my iced coffee with the little clinking, clinking, clinking. For my inner child, that is very triggering. It was like when I knew my parents were home and they started drinking, I was like, oh, just wait 20 minutes and then you can go talk to dad. And for you right now with this full moon in Pisces in your 7th house and your descendant sign, and happy birthday to some of you, it just has this feeling of like, okay, universe, come at me, bro. Yeah. Like, oh, we're awakening now? That's what's going on? Oh, there's aliens? Oh, every single system that I believed in and I thought I could trust is corrupt and run by pedos? Oh, that's fucking cool. All right, game on. Let's do this shit. And so it's very little in this capacity, I feel, Virgo, can rattle your cage right now. We've been talking all year about how we need you. You've had your spiritual awakening. And for a lot of you within this community, I feel like your spiritual awakening has come like from the inside out. And I'm trying to rebrand the whole thing. Because, you know, I have friends and clients and coworkers that are really not spiritual, but that have had an awakening of some kind. So it's what are your thoughts on it, Virgo? Please comment below. Let me know, like, what do you label yourself as if you needed a label? Because sometimes my introductory, like, I'm a healer, I'm a starseed, I'm a this, I'm a that. Like, I'm a consciousness running this meat suit named Sarah. So it's like, it's interesting. But so a little bit of how you might be feeling right now is confused with Venus retrograde in your house of soul purpose, healing, closure, and coming home. And with Black Moon Lilith near the end of your chart, it just does feel like a little bit, maybe the image of what you're going to be doing in this new world isn't fully clear. You have Uranus retrograde and Jupiter almost retrograde. It'll go retrograde in a week or so from this full moon. Yeah, like a week after the full moon on the 4th of September, Jupiter will go retrograde. So I feel like for your 9th house, quest, adventure, higher education, long distance travel, I feel like for you, this is either like you looking at, am I ready to be teaching? Am I ready to be putting something out there? You know, like so many beings are going into an entrepreneurship phase, and not even phase, but setting up financial freedom and a foundation for themselves and their chosen family for generations to come. So that's exciting. And so you might be looking at, you know, like, are the people in my life really, what pops into my head, worthy of you? It's almost like I would really love for you to look at yourself as a king or a queen, a divine being, and just be like, yes, everyone can idealize the king and queen, and everyone can have their image of what the king or queen might be doing. Like, I use the parable of fame sometimes, but I really would like to look at yourself as godly, because you're that smart, kid. You're that needed. You're that knowing. You're that special. You're that woo-woo. You're this, that, and the third. So it's an exciting time to be you. I don't want this to give you imposter syndrome. I don't want Mercury retrograde in your house of self. Like, it's like the image that I'm getting is like you're giving a reading at school, like you were supposed to memorize a poem and like you fumbled on the first words and you're just like, fuck, take a mulligan and start over. It's okay. Mars in your house of money right now, like, and the South Node is also in your house of money. The North Node in your house of shared possessions, Chiron retrograde in that house of shared possessions. So some of you might be experiencing the loss of, you know, maybe like the fantasy of like a distant family member I didn't even know was alive died and left me this whole plantation in Scotland. I don't know why Scotland came into my brain. And so I just got to go take care of it. I'm not going to make any money off of it, but I've got a big mansion and now I'm safe for the rest of my life. So that's exciting. Worthiness is an issue. So definitely look at, like, you are worthy of existing just by existing. You're worthy of financial freedom just by being a consciousness on this planet right fucking now. Yeah. Yeah. Be careful, Mars going into Libra or Mars in Libra with your South Node in this house. Like those two, I should do an entire video on the South Node in Libra because I feel like it's going to be danger zone. The South Node in Libra and Mars in Libra, like I saw an astrologer I really respect and follow who's like, careful, be around Libra. They're going to be popping the fuck off. For you and your house of money over here, yes, you are probably the smartest person in the room. Are you the hardest working person in the room? Because even if you're the smartest, go back and watch the introductory video for Virgo season. I asked one of my dear friends and a Virgo sun about, you know, being a Virgo and a little bit of parable over there. So I'd love for you to watch that, because if you are not the hardest working person in the room, look to the hardest working person in the room, learn from them, work smarter, not harder, definitely. But some of you are maybe recognizing that you're smarter than the establishment that you are a part of. And this could be school, this could be your teachers, this could be your bosses, this could be, you know, someone that you have to listen to on a regular basis. You're recognizing with no ego, like this isn't a mean thing, but your Virgo spidey senses are spot on. You are smarter than them. You do know better than them. When Pluto goes back into Aquarius, your job, the next 20 years of work for you are going to be really exciting. Like you're very needed in the new world, and what you do. I was watching this really great talk, Ann Tucker, about like what structures are going to survive and what's going to be there. There's going to be so much good work to do, but just in a really balanced, healthy environment where everyone is getting paid and treated appropriately by, like, there's no inappropriate top down. Yes, somebody, like, it'll be a round table and someone kind of has like the hat that at the end of the day, they're the one in charge. But I reckon we've been talking about relationships for a while in the whole community and in the Patreon group. Like, this isn't to me about habits for you. It's about like the role that you're playing in your life. Yeah, what role are you actively playing in your life right now, Virgo? Are you in the driver's seat? Are you in the passenger seat? Is someone driving a Bentley and you're just in the back and you're kept? What role are you playing in the movie of your life right now? Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. We're going to hop into the private. We're going to start with some tarot cards in there and just kind of deep dive into some of these planets. And it's definitely, for you, Virgo, we talk a lot more leadership than we do most other things, because I feel like you're just ready. You're like, oh, there's a new project, there's a new world, there's something to create. Let's go do it. Let's figure it out. But, you know, Venus is still retrograde in your house of soul purpose, and we still have Lilith in there. So if it's not fully viewed right now, then don't do anything just yet. If we have to release relationships, if we have to release attachments to others, maybe doing like a cleanse, like a full body cleanse, a detox of some kind, or even just saging yourself and smudging yourself and, you know, doing some attachment work, some cord cutting ceremony, that might be advantageous. But we'll get into it in the private. I hope you join us there. Ciao, baby.